Hi guys, welcome back to another movie review, and in this video I'll be reviewing one of my all-time favorite movies ever, and that is Casino Royale. Now, Casino Royale came out in 2006 when I was only 9 years old. It was Daniel Craig's first ever James Bond movie, who recently wrapped up his James Bond era with No Time to Die, which came out 9 months ago now, 10 months ago in the US. But anyways, the story, so at the start of the movie we see James Bond earn his 007 status, and then he goes after a man named Le Chiffre, who's basically making money. He's basically making money off terrorist attacks, and he's funding a terrorist organization called Quantum. And essentially, he goes basically after Le Chiffre loses a large portion of his client's money by betting on a Skyfleet prototype. He decides to actually host a game of poker in Montenegro, and then James Bond actually attends that poker game after meeting Vesper, and basically, yeah, he comes into conflict with Le Chiffre. He ends up falling in love with Vesper Lind, who actually at one stage gets abducted, and then Bond, after going after her, actually gets abducted himself. But essentially, this movie was fantastic. Had a fantastic story. I really liked the action sequences. I thought they were top notch. Now, Martin Campbell directed this movie. He'd previously directed the James Bond movie GoldenEye, so Pierce Brosnan's first Bond movie. In my opinion, this movie was a lot better. I liked GoldenEye. I've seen it a couple of times. I did enjoy GoldenEye, but nowhere near as much as this movie. This movie had everything. Great action, a great cast, a great and compelling story. It was emotional as well. Had a lot of emotion, which I really liked. A lot of jokes as well. I mean, like, not constantly, which is good, not constantly, but it had humor. This movie actually had several scenes in this movie that I actually laughed a couple of times, which was good. But yeah, this movie had great action, great story, some good humor, a lot of raw emotion. There are a few scenes in this movie where you really sympathize with James Bond, which I liked. I thought the actress playing Vesper, did a fantastic job. Eva Green, that's right, Eva Green. And she did a very good job pulling off the English accent because she's actually French in real life. But cinematography was also amazing. So, for example, in Montenegro, for example, in Panama, even Uganda, that chase scene at the start where Bond goes after that bomb maker in Uganda. Some great shots in that sequence, some great shots. And that parkour chase, in my opinion, is one of the best on-foot running chases I've ever seen in a movie. But this movie had great cinematography, great story. I really got involved in the story in relation to Le Chiffre making money off terrorist attacks. And then, basically he ends up meeting his downfall as well after Mr. White actually shoots him dead, after he actually loses a large portion of Mr. White's money. But yeah, very good movie, top notch. Daniel Craig knocked it out of the park, did a great job as 007 in this movie. It's a shame the direct follow-up, Quantum of Solace, wasn't anywhere near as good, but this movie was great. I loved it. Martin Campbell did a fantastic job. Great score as well, especially that scene. Well, again, this movie has the classic 007 theme, but it's also got, I really liked actually Chris Cornell's theme of, right at the very beginning of You Know My Name. It's titled You Know My Name. I thought that was excellent, that theme song, and may he rest in peace. He sadly passed away 5 years ago. What else? The score was fantastic. I especially like the score when Vesper actually drowns. Sad scene, although she did betray Bond, but yeah, very sad scene, but the score in that scene was fantastic. The ending in this movie was also fantastic as well, when Bond shoots Mr. White in the leg and then says, "The name's Bond, James Bond." Great scene, gets me every time. Great ending, this movie. This movie had a fantastic ending. I can't really fault this movie, other than the fact that, yeah, I can't actually fault this movie. It was top notch. Best James Bond movie of all time. One of my all-time favorite action movies for sure. Definitely my top 5 action movies of all time, and one of my all-time favorite movies as well. So if you haven't seen this movie already, which I'll be surprised if you haven't, but if you haven't seen this movie already, go watch it right now. It is fantastic. Daniel Craig proved with this movie that he is in fact the real 007. I know people giving him backlash before this movie came out. Daniel Craig is not James Bond and all these petitions, but Daniel Craig knocked out of the park with this movie, and this is one of the reasons why he is my favorite James Bond to date. Thank you very much for listening, guys. Take care and all the best. Bye.